back with another jam-packed episode of Lunes Live. Your favorite compas got you covered with all of our NFL Week 3 takeaways. The Rams have a 19-point collapse against the Super Bowl champion Eagles, who say, hey, we don't give a crap what happened last year. We're talking about this year. Then, in LA, folks had said before the season, we're going to know a lot about these LA Chargers after their first 3 games because they're all divisional games. They're 3 for 3 opening the season against the AFC West that Eric D. Williams said sucks.
Wow.
Chaos entered the chat in week 3 as blocked field goals, 7 blocked field goals, the most since 2006, and big upsets took over the early games. Heelberto, the Commanders with Marcus Mariota, upset the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, Heelberto, do you have an engagement question for our viewers and or listeners? And be careful with your offense against that vaunted, that hard-nosed New Orleans Saints defense, Heelberto.
Before I get to the question, what a weird, quirky week. Like, the games were entertaining, but there were some ugly blowouts. Like, the Seahawks won by 30. The Vikings won by 30. Who else won by 30 that I'm forgetting? The Panthers won by 30. And that's actually a good segue for the engagement question of the week. I almost lost my voice. The Panthers won by 30. What the hell is going on there? I was praising the crap out of the Falcons a week ago. But I'll say this. For the engagement question, what is the bigger upset, Browns over Packers or Panthers over Falcons? I'll give you my quick answers because you would think it would be Panthers Falcons, but I honestly think the Browns beating the Packers is a bigger upset because I thought the Packers played better in the first 2 weeks of the season than the Falcons. So let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments.
It's incredible the way, like you just said, the NFL changes in a week. A week ago, the Packers were a lock for the Super Bowl, and now the Browns exposed Jordan Love in that offense. I mean, that's quite as simple as what happened. But all right, let us get to the 10 a.m. game of this matchup. The Rams end up getting out to a huge lead on the Philadelphia Eagles, basically by the middle of the third quarter. Matthew Stafford was on fire. Kyron Williams was running. Puka Nacua, man, that dude's off to a hot start. Devontae had a long touchdown. The D-line, I mean, Puna Ford, again, I remember I wrote about him, and he said, yeah, I was brought in here to add a little spice to this defensive line. He had a sack. They had 4 sacks of Jalen Hurts. They only gave up a combined 86 rushing yards between Hurts and Saquon. We all know last year they gave up over 400 yards of offense just to Saquon Barkley. So, Heelberto, the Eagles catch fire. They come back. They have 2 blocked field goal attempts on the Rams, and the Eagles were already going to win the game after the block punt. But Jordan Davis says, hey, let me be the heaviest mother effer out here to score a touchdown on a blocked punt or a blocked field goal attempt. 338 pounds of his ass get into the end zone, Gilbert, and they put the signature in this. They said, okay, all you analysts, Rich Eisen, Dan Patrick, the people at NFL Network, the people at ESPN that said the Rams were a couple plays away from beating them in the Super Bowl. Well, here's your stamp. And we'll send you back to LA, Sean McVay, and we'll give Eric D. Williams something to be sad about, according to Dan and Dago. But Gilbert, your impressions of this game, and I want to know how scorched earth you went on House of Horns yesterday.
I guess 10 being the hottest on your scorched earth there. I'll say 8 because I think this is not just a 1 week thing. I don't think this is one meltdown and you move on. I think the Eagles have the Rams number, and then it's even worse because the Rams did a bunch of moves to counter the Eagles, and the Eagles, they just pretty much showed they could win in various ways. You want to play a ground and pound, dirty physical game, we'll beat you that way. What the hell are you laughing at, Fernando? I love Justin Herbert. If he asked me to wipe after he took a dookie, I would. Okay, Alonso. Shout out to you. Herbert lights up, but we'll get to the Chargers in a bit. You know what, Fernando, I'll give you a pass for laughing at that one because that was a wild one. But going back on track to the Rams, yes, I did go off on the Rams because of the postseason implications, and I know we're not even close to the postseason, but if the
It feels like
Rams,
we are.
it feels,
It feels like
yeah.
we kind of.
Well, the
Yeah.
way Alonso's talking there about Justin Herbert, man, he's ready for the playoffs. Go in with number 10. But again, not about the Chargers. We'll get there in a bit. But to me, the Rams went all in on the wrong areas. They went to get your guy Puna Ford. They went to get Devontae Adams. What about the secondary? What about some linebackers? What about some O linemen? And I get it. The Rams are building their strength and making their strength a bigger strength. Wide receivers, defensive linemen. But you gotta get some kind of talent, right? I could play DB for this team. You could play DB, Fernando. You could be next to
I
Nate
don't know if
Landman as a linebacker, right?
my big ass can't do any of that.
Okay. But the point is, it must be mentally deflating for Les Snead and Sean McVay to say, man, we went for Devontae. That was a missing piece, right? We went for Puna Ford to help out the run game. And you still stop Saquon Barkley. But what did the Eagles do? Second half adjustments. They throw the football. They just have more versatility. They have more depth. They have more pieces. And get that streaming guy right there, Fernando, when you get a chance.
Gotcha.
But the thing with Harry Roseman, he's always 2 steps ahead. I get that Jordan Davis hasn't done much the first 3 years of his career. Remember when Jordan Davis was a potential draft pick for the Chargers in 2022? He's been very quiet, but when your moment arrives and you got to be a full-time starter, they tend to step up. And that's the difference between Les Snead and Harry Roseman. Roseman just builds depth, and strength in various spots. The Rams are just building strength in a multiple position to me. And it's not even just about the Eagles, Fernando. Say they play the Buccaneers weapons. Say Mike Evans is healthy, Egbuka is still going off, Chris Godwin. Can't cover. They can't cover that team. The Lions, you can't cover Amon-Ra St. Brown, even Isaac Tesla. They don't have the secondary. The Packers remains to be seen. I don't really trust that offense, and we'll get to them in a bit. But the Packers have beaten the Rams over the years. They have their number 2. So to me, this feels like a top 5 NFC team, but just a divisional round team. I know I'm thinking way too far ahead, but I've been saying all summer, I've been saying all off season, and I'll give credit to Eric Williams. He came on the show not too long ago and said, why did you trade your first round pick? What the hell has Terrence Ferguson done? The second round pick, your first round pick of 2025 LA Rams. I get it. You got an extra first round pick, but you need help for this team, for this roster now, and they have no help. They didn't get better. And with the roster holes, offensive line, linebacker, cornerback, even safety, there's not enough talent here for this team to hold up. And I know I'm going off a little harder than yesterday, but to me, this is going to have some lasting implications here.
No, I completely agree, Gilbert, and especially because let me go to what I want to. There was still let's see where they changed. They still had Malachi Starks, the safety. They still had Maxwell Hairston, who obviously Maxwell he hasn't played yet with the
They could have drafted Josh Simmons to play left tackle.
Yeah, Swearinger was still there. Carson,
Good linebacker.
He's been really good. Yeah, he's been really good. You saw Nick Emanwari, the safety. Yeah, you saw Will Johnson, Gilbert, who
these are all good DB linemen.
Yeah. Will Johnson's been very good for them. You still had some Benjamin Morrison from Notre Dame. Like, you still had a lot of talent there that you could have improved your secondary. And that's been my issue, Gilbert.
If you want to go for the future, instead of getting 2 first-round picks, you could have drafted Jackson
No,
Dart.
but now you're going to left field.
Stafford looked old yesterday. He couldn't move.
No, I get that, but like now you're going to left field. Like, first you're saying you need somebody to help you now.
I know.
You can't.
Okay, I went from 8 to 9.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I was with you, then you lost me. But but I mean, that's the thing.
Not doing anything. Ferguson was a second-round pick, your first pick. He's doing nothing. He's not even getting on the field.
I agree. But like, if you look at it, like AJ Brown hadn't done anything the first 2 weeks of the season, and you were the team that allowed him. Jalen Hurts only had 11 incompletions. Like, he played as good as he played in the Super Bowl, 21 of 32, 226, 3 touchdowns. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert all got involved. And again, like we said, Saquon had 55 yards of total offense,
You
Gilbert.
still
Like,
lost.
yeah, like Puka Nacua had 112 yards. Kyron Williams, 94 rushing yards. Blake Corum, 53. But it was Matthew Stafford, like you said, 19 of 33, 196, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. So I agree with you. I mean, and again, the Rams 2 weeks ago or last week were, hey, these guys are coming. Don't be surprised if they upset the
Houston and
Rams
Tennessee, both
or
teams are
upset the
winless
Eagles.
right now.
Exactly. So obviously they are struggling. They're gonna need they got a reality check that I'm sure they think that, or maybe they needed. Maybe they go out and get it. I mean, the Browns, if the Browns don't get on a hot streak, maybe they go get the one of the Browns
I feel
cornerbacks
like
to
the
go
Browns
get help.
refuse to trade their defense for some reason. They just always think they're gonna find a way to pull it out.
Last year they didn't do it either. So maybe they'll go get a corner, maybe they'll go get other stuff, but they're going to need help. And again, that's why I said the front four is great. It's the other 7 players that kind of worry me because I don't think their secondary is all that good. I don't think some of these players I don't think are very good, and a lot of people thought that they were ready to go, and I just don't see it. And I get getting Devontae, but you still have holes in other places. So I completely agree with you. I just don't like. Let me see. Let's see. They have the Colts. Damn, that's going
a
to tell
tough
you a
one.
lot, Gilbert. That's going to tell you a lot.
41 points on the crappy Tennessee Titans. How many did the Rams have? I forget. 30, I think.
They also just beat the Broncos.
Yeah, which is not really a Broncos are 1-2.
But listen to this, and they play the 49ers on Thursday. So in less than a week, you're playing the Colts and the 49ers. Those are both going to be very tough. Are you going to that?
I think if they lose to
game?
Indy, maybe there should be some real panic here.
Are you going to that 49ers game?
Thursday night, yeah, primetime. That's catered to me, man.
I might do that. I don't know. We'll see.
Which I need to apply for a credential.
You're welcome for reminding you. Yeah. Then they go to the Ravens. Then they go to the Jaguars. Then they come back and play this. Oh, they have their bye week, and then they come back and play the Saints here. That's tough.
They're atrocious.
Oh, not the Saints. The Saints. I mean, maybe I should go back and say hi to my friend again.
I don't know who's worse, Saints or Tennessee Titans. They're really competing there.
Saints. I think even if, and you know what's funny? I think some teams need to watch out. I think Olave might be on the move, and Alvin Kamara I think is going to be on the move. I think Rashid Shaheed is going to be on the move.
Blow it up.
I could see all 3 of those guys on the move for sure. I'm just wondering what team is going to take
corners on that team. Any corners on the Tennessee Titans for the Rams?
Oh, L'Jarius Sneed.
Yeah, get that contract. Is he still playing? I don't know.
He didn't play at all last season, but last season we were getting, hey, in a little bit, he's coming. You know, Jeffrey, who I like for the Chargers, Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall would be a good addition for them if they're able to make that move. Younger, you have more control over him. Alvin Kamara is getting a lot of money.
Hey, best moment of the week 3 is Aaron Glenn dancing after that touchdown return on the blocked field goal.
Oh my God. Yeah. By the way,
best.
Well, we'll get into that in a little bit. All right. Gilbert, are you all done with the Rams? You're good?
Yeah, but since we're going to go to the Chargers, I just realized that, Alonso's comment there, when I read it out loud, now you have a footage of me saying I love Justin Herbert. If he asked me to wipe after he took a dookie, I would. And now people could take it the wrong way. I regret it.
All right.
You can read it too, Fernando. Go ahead and read it.
I'm good. I read it in my mind, and that's where we kind of.
You can read what Jeffrey said if you want.
No, that's weird too. and I already went through weirdness today, so I don't need more of it. All right. Send it to Dan.
I'm all tired to reading. Like, yeah, I'll let Justin Herbert.
Dan will love that. Gilbert, yesterday, very weird, very tough game. Gilbert, I'll tell you one thing. The stands were full. The media, I I'd never seen the press box like that.
Oh,
The press
so
box was
you
packed.
get one positive column at SI, and they come in waves, huh? The media.
I guess
Okay.
so. That it was really like Gilbert, Dante, and I were on the way back, and we're like, dude, I don't think I've ever seen the like. There was a fat line for food at halftime. Like that's how bad it was. Like
Was it good?
the food, I didn't. I OD'd on the breakfast, so I
Oh,
just
okay.
decided not to. They had huevo con choricito, and
Oh,
they had chilaquiles. I was
you're
like,
not
yeah,
complaining
no.
because usually they screw that up.
Yeah, I was surprised. No onions in the eggs, great. No bell peppers, no bullshit in there. I was like, all right, let's go. Gilbert, Chargers jump out to a 10-0 lead. Broncos quickly wake up. Their offense wakes up. They score 17 unanswered. Dicker puts them up at 17-13. 20 Lutz hits another field goal, 20-13. It looks dead in the water. Justin Herbert had been getting hit all game. Gilbert, Justin Herbert goes 12 of 13 in the fourth quarter, 120 passing yards, and a dart to Keenan Allen with let me see his last name. He's really good too. Nick
Oh, Nick
Benito
Bonito.
smacks Herbert's arm as he's cocking it back and throwing, and Herbert still gets the pass to Keenan Allen. Keenan told me after the game, just throw me that mother effer. Just like he's like, I don't know why Justin doesn't really just throw me that mother effer. So
Yeah, you
I
just got to
started
go around
laughing.
some big defenders to throw it, but all good.
Exactly. And then Cameron Dicker hits a 43-yarder at the end of the game. Gilbert, they trusted a rookie who had never played a down in the NFL in his life, in Aronde Gadsden. They passed him the ball twice, the tight end. Then they passed it to Omarion Hampton got a reception. Omarion Hampton, 125 total yards, 1 touchdown. Gilbert, what impressed you about this game? What are your thoughts on this latest game where the Chargers are now 3-0 and they're 3-0 in the division with everybody else in their division at 1-2?
Man, again, I'm gonna keep praising it, praising the Chargers, and you're gonna see another positive take on the Chargers, and I'm gonna really reveal it right now, anyways, because you guys are on Compas on the Beat. You get the exclusive here. Last week or Monday, I said the Chargers are the only team in the NFL that have a top 5 quarterback and a top 5 defense right now. Keyword. I don't care about your QB rankings. I don't care about your stats. I'm saying right now, who's playing the best? I was wrong. They have the best quarterback in the league right now, and they have the best defense in the league right now. That is the perfect marriage right now. When your defense is just holding it down, beating up Bo Nix, 4 punts to start the game, 3 out of 4 punts in the final 4 drives for the Broncos. Just, hang tight. Who do you have to save the day? A clutch quarterback and Justin Herbert. Who's sucking right now? Kyler Murray, Michael Penix Jr., CJ Stroud, Geno Smith. The Chargers have a difference maker at quarterback. It's Justin freaking Herbert. And then you pair him with a freaking dominant defense. Like, watch out. This team is very different. And, they're 3-0 and they beat every team in the division. They look legit right now, Fernando. Like, they're starting to look like the best team in the AFC. The Bills can't defend. The Ravens, we'll see them tonight, can't defend either. Like, honestly, I'm starting to, believe the hype here because you have Justin Herbert playing like an MVP. You have Justin Minter. Khalil Mack wasn't on the field, and you still make the Broncos punt that much. I get it. It's Bo Nix. He's not a world beater here, but that's still a good team there. You still got Sean Payton to, deal with, and Jesse Minter ran circles against Sean Payton all over again. They are clicking right now, and that's a testament to Jim Harbaugh, who I haven't even mentioned yet. He's the one operating everything here. You have the coach, you have the defense, you have the coordinators, you have the quarterback, you have the weapons. And I'll say it. I apologize to Keenan Allen. And there you go. Keenan Allen, man, he's doing everything right, man. I get it. Maybe Trey Harris and KLS are not playing, but Keenan Allen is still producing. And they finally got Hampton going. They finally got McConkey going. Even the rookie tight ends getting in there. They have versatility. They have depth. Man, the stock is just rising quickly for the Chargers.
Quentin Johnston.
Oh, sorry. Quentin Johnson. I apologize. That guy's open all the time and catching the damn football. Everything is going right. I forgot. And I owe that man an apology. I pretty much wrote him off. Q, come back on the show. Tell me I was wrong. Tell everybody that they were wrong. I don't care. Get on the show.
Vic, we need that clipped out, please, because that's gonna be an interesting video all over.
And tell Dan to don't panic. I wrote that positive column and they still won the game. So maybe things are just, even the curse is not my curse, their curse, whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
There's 2 curses working against
the team and mine.
You know why I knew this was a special victory for them? We walk into the locker room and we hear screaming, and I'm like, there's no way there's something going on. Like, I thought, like, because it was like legit screaming, and you walk in and it's Jim Harbaugh going up to every single player and said, "We won that effing game. We won that game. Let's go!" Like, he's hugging, high fiving everybody, and I go up to Derwin and he's like, "Bro, I'm so juiced." He's like, "I could go out and play another 4 quarters for that man. Like, I love that man." Went up to Khalil Mack. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I think I could say this. Khalil Mack was in the locker room. I'm like, I was like, what are you thinking? He looks and he goes, "I effing love you," 10 screaming. And Justin's like, "I don't want the attention." And
No
Derwin
praise,
comes
no
and
praise.
goes, "Yeah, exactly." Derwin goes, "I love you, 10. I love you." And then he's like, "No." And like everybody's like, 10, 10, 10. We love 10. And
That
I'm
was the
like,
best
dude.
touchdown throw of the young season, and it's gonna be hard to top it, Fernando. And it honestly gave me shades of like his first 3 years in the league when I was covering the team. Like he was doing that on a weekly basis, and he's starting to do it again.
But like that was even better than the Darius Davis one he had last year against the Broncos, where he's like kind of like starting to fall to the ground and he like tosses it up to him. This one was what with like the defender draped all over Key because I think they called PI, and then they called two
I didn't
penalties
remember
on the
that.
defense. They called two penalties on the defense yesterday. They called late hit on the quarterback, and then they called because another guy came in and hit Justin, and then he hit him in the head. He hit him in the head. Benito hit him in the head, and then they called PI on the corner. But it's one of
Freaking
those things
lazy.
where he has the team believing. I mean, yesterday, Gilbert, the two biggest plays were one of them was from Tony Jefferson. It was like they ran a drag route with Troy Franklin on Tarheeb Still. By the way, Tarheeb Still, that's a name everybody needs to realize. That kid's going to be very special. He's a hell of a player. He's the guy that was tackling Brock Bowers last week. I know Brock Bowers on one leg, but to be tackling a guy that big, that's huge. So Tarheeb was on him, and Tony recognizes it, takes off running, and hits. Tony's like, "I should have picked it off. I should have ran it back 95 yards, shown my running back skills that I had in high school, and we should have scored and ended the game right there." But it is what it is. We needed 10 to get the ball back. And the other one, again from Tony, there's a screen pass to J.K. Dobbins late in the game, and it looked like it was just J.K. and the offensive lineman. Tony goes past the offensive lineman, slides in front of him, and kind of like slips, but he's able to grab J.K. and bring him down to the ground. Those were two huge plays by a guy that didn't even make the 53-man roster. Tony's very talented. I don't think they should put him down, but I was impressed by the fact that I think Justin Herbert had one incompletion against the Chiefs in the fourth quarter. He only had a one incompletion yesterday in the fourth quarter. Like, we all know how important the fourth quarter is, and whether it's putting a team away like they did against Kansas City or needing to come back and win, the Chargers are showing you that they're doing it in all those facets. It's only 3 games in, and I completely agree with that. But as of right now, they look like a strong team. I mean, they don't have Denzel Perryman. They're still stopping the run. I understand like JK got loose JK got loose for one series, and that's where all of his running, because he had a 41-yard rush and then he had a 19-yard rushing touchdown. But then after that, he was good. First half, he had -4 yards. Teair Tart is a bully. He's a villain. Like, the
I
Chargers
like
need
it.
a villain. Teair Tart is that villain. Gilbert, there was a play where they toss it to J.K. Dobbins. Teair Tart moves his big old frame. He's able to tackle him behind the line. You're like, dude, the guy shouldn't be able to move like that. Derwin James, to me, right now is the best defender in the NFL, and it's not even close. The dude's doing everything that they're asking him to do, and he's doing even more than that. He's defending, he's rushing the passer, he's making tackles, he's doing everything that they're asking of him, and he's playing lights out. So I know this earlier today, Jim Harbaugh said, "My MVP right now is Justin Herbert, and the defensive player of the year is Derwin James." And he said one of them is Kobe, the other one's MJ. So he was comparing
Wow.
them to them. So we'll see what happens, Gilbert. It's still a very young season, but when it comes to two players like that leading the team, they're very excited. Just last thing, they're very excited about the team that they have. And Gilbert, I still feel like if Jim and Joe notice in right around the start of November, if they're still rolling and they're doing well, I could see them making still 2 or 3 trades to finalize the team and go into that back end stronger than they are right now. So I don't put anything past them, Gilbert. This isn't, and you know what? I was going to tweet this out yesterday in the video, the speech of Jim Harbaugh. I saw Dean Spanos' face, and I thought this is the best investment Dean's ever made. Essentially, the Jim Harbaugh, he's paying him $18 million a year. I mean, that's what he brought him in for, and the team, like, he looked giddy after the game. When I saw him, he's like, "Fernando, how are you doing, pal?" And I was like, usually, like, it's just a head nod from Dean. I'm like, damn, this dude must be feeling good. So this isn't the same in the sense of like they're just gonna sit on their hands and do edge rusher. Their biggest weakness is edge rushing. They need a lot of help when it comes to, the offensive line was pretty bad too, but I think it's edge. Yeah, I know it is O-line. You guys were right. Yeah, it is O-line. That's their weakness. But I think they're gonna make the necessary moves to try and make a push. So I this isn't the same team that just sits on their hands and just waits. I think these guys are going to be proactive. I think they're going to be on the phones and they're going to try and make moves. But yeah, yesterday the whole offensive line, like Herbert got hit 14 times. He was sacked 5. There were some sacks where I was like, I wonder if he's going to get up from this, and he would get up. But they need to be better at protecting him, especially because they saw how important he is the last 3 games. So Giants next, Gilbert's Commanders after that, and then the Dolphins after that. So
I'm hoping Jaden Daniels plays for the Commanders game. I still think the Chargers are better than the Commanders, but that'll be a good test for them.
Yeah,
it's at home, but
quarterback.
Yeah, but honestly, Fernando, if he doesn't play, I don't see a real test until the Philly game, and that's in December.
No, I think Indy's going to be a test. Minnesota's going to be tough because of the secondary.
No. Come on, don't buy into Daniel Jones. Don't buy into Carson Wentz and JJ McCarthy.
You know what's funny? We were driving last night. We were driving last night, and I asked Eric, "What do you think about the Colts?" He's like, "David Copperfield," and I was like, "What does that mean?" He's like, "All smoke and mirrors," and I was like,
yes,
"Oh wow,
come on."
I'm like, I don't know. He's like, "Dude,
our team and then get smacked in the first round. Like it's who they are. Come on."
I don't know. I by the way, I wasn't impressed by Kansas City last night. I know they beat the Giants, but they still have a million holes on that team.
I'm waiting until Rashee Rice comes back, and if it still sucked, then I'll press the panic button. But until then, I won't.
Bad. Like they were letting Russell Wilson go up and down. Yeah. They were letting him go up and down. All right,
he still scored 9 points, but yeah, okay.
No, I know, but that's because. By the way, that's a bitch tease what they did, bringing in Jackson Dart for 2 run plays. Like the crowd was going ballistic. They were excited, and then you send them to the bench and they boo. I would have been pissed. All right, Gilbert, let us go over to some of the top storylines from week 3 real quick. Gilbert, quick thoughts. Nick Bosa, James Conner headed for IR. Eddie I always suck at the name. Pinedo. He hits a game-winning field goal to Mac Jones wins his second game, 16-15 over your Cardinals. Gilbert, quick thoughts.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'll start with the negative before I give the 49ers a good. They're not Super Bowl contenders. They're not real contenders. Like I'll just say this. They're survivors. I'll say I'm wrong, and I wrote that headline myself. They're going to make the playoffs, and they're probably going to stack 10 wins. I kept telling people, no, they're not going to do it. And honestly, they could maybe still collapse because the Nick Bosa injury, Brock Purdy injury, George Kittle injury, and they'll come back. But every week they just find ways to win, and every year there's a team in the NFL that just wins 1-score games. They always goes in their favor, and it's starting to look like the 49ers this year. So I'll say they're survivors. They're proving me wrong, and I'm done with the Cardinals, man. Kyler Murray is not good. Like seeing Mac Jones operate in the 2-minute drill in the clutch, being composed. I get he had a bad interception before that. But Kyler Murray had everything handed to him with the defense. The defense said, you want an interception late? Here you go. You want a safety? Here you go. You want the ball with 3 minutes to go and just keep killing the clock and go out here and win the game? He couldn't do it. Kyler Murray could not do it. And I know this is not about the Cardinals, but before I get to that, the 49ers just have this knack of surviving. They beat Seattle in Seattle, 1-score game. Seattle looks good right now, and they beat them. That's on their resume. New Orleans is New Orleans, but that's without Brock Purdy, without George Kittle. Fred Warner is playing out of his freaking mind. I kept saying Fred Warner and Nick Bosa have their hands full with a young defense, and he's doing well. I should have put more stock into Robert Saleh hiring. Shout out to Eric Williams for bringing that up. Robert Saleh is making a big difference here. They have good coaching. They have enough veteran. Ricky Pearsall is balling the second-year wide receiver. So to me, when Brock Purdy comes back, hopefully when Kittle comes back, they'll be a good team. They'll be a playoff team. They don't feel like a real contender. They don't feel like the 49ers of a couple of years ago. But when you have enough savvy playmakers, you're going to be in the mix here. And maybe they are starting to feel like the Rams of 23 when they started paying the tab and they said, old guys, get out of here. Here's the ones that we want to keep. Young guys, start building for the future. Maybe it could be towards that. But again, I don't want to go too far ahead, but I'll just say they're like cockroaches, man. They don't die. They keep winning one-score games. They keep beating teams. And shout out to Mac Jones, man. He looked like he was having fun playing in the Kyle Shanahan scheme. And on the flip side, Kyler Murray he's having like an identity crisis, or he's scared to play. Like I don't like that. I was going to call something, but he had the dumbest move earlier in the week by having a Michael Vick jersey with his posing with his dog. You can't do anything right, Kyler Murray. And I'm going to call you out because I'm a dog lover. That was the dumbest move ever. And then you and your OC can't get on the same page. Figure it out. You got Trey McBride. You have Marvin Harrison Jr. You're wasting Marvin Harrison Jr. And I'm going to call out Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon has been good to me every time I go to Arizona. He is killing it with the defense there. They're getting better every single year. But it's time to step in. Make a move. I'm not trying to say fire somebody, but the Falcons just said, Zach Robinson, get the hell down from the booth. Get down here on field because Michael Penix Jr. is terrible right now. Do something like that, Jonathan Gannon, because his offense is terrible. They're so slow. I could play quarterback and maybe move faster than the Cardinals offense. But hey, I'm not going to criticize the 49ers for having a cupcake schedule. They're surviving. They're winning. Cardinals do better. Sorry, fired up. That was my game. They covered, though. They covered.
I agree with you. Well, I agree with you. 49ers are good. That's why I picked them. Cardinals are not good. Somebody was laughing at you on the way home about your Cardinals and your Panthers. So
Panthers came through, though.
Will Johnson is good, dude. That dude is a hit. That dude's a hitter.
That was my pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Let us go real quick. Gilbert, Caleb Williams wakes up from the dead. He scores 4 touchdowns. He went 19 to 28, 298. They beat the Cowboys 31 to 14. Gilbert, I will answer this very quick. Is Caleb Williams there? No. That's just how bad the Cowboys secondary and their team is. Trayvon Diggs does not look the same. He looks slow. He looks like he's still injured. So I will say that he is not that secondary is not good. They're missing pass rush, Gilbert. I don't know what happened, but they're missing some pass rushing. Maybe because they traded it away to the Green Bay Packers, so they're just not a good defense. I think you're going to be seeing more of this. And then CeeDee Lamb went out, and it all just went to crap. I think he went out once. He tried to battle back once or twice. But I just don't think it's there yet for Caleb Williams. There's still a lot to go. But I'm sure for Bears fans, that was a great first showing. I still have my doubts on Caleb Williams. So, but Gilbert, I don't know what your thoughts on this game.
This is why I wanted you to go first, because I knew you were going to say that. And I'm with you. It's the freaking Cowboys. Big whoop. Who cares? The Cowboys defense is terrible. Russell Wilson lit them up last week. But I wrote the headline again, so I give him some credit for that because, and put it this way, when I'm talking about how you operate in the pocket and how you look throwing the ball, you're a young quarterback that's still trying to prove to me something. The day that I stopped caring about how you move in the pocket and how you throw in the pocket or away from the pocket, that's when I realized you're a good quarterback. I don't need to freaking examine you like I'm some draft guru or scout here. But we have to do it with Caleb Williams because he's proven nothing to us in the NFL. And I'll say this, some credit. He was playing fast, but not erratic. He was moving around, but still had pinpoint accuracy. He knew what to do with the football, so I give him credit for that. And I get it when you're playing. Open. I know when you're playing JV football, maybe, but to show a good understanding of Ben Johnson's playbook, I give him credit for that. That's the first step there, Fernando, because it's hard to kind of bring him in and rein him in because he has a pretty good skill set. I'm not gonna take that away from him. He's making some great throws. But credit to Ben Johnson, he's kind of getting those, I guess, the jitters out the way where he's putting him on the bootlegs, he's moving him out, they're rolling out, a couple design runs here and there, and I feel like he's getting the crazy out. Like, okay, you want to do some, stuff away from the pocket. Here you go. Here's some design runs. Okay, now can you go back to running the offense my way? Can you go to just going to the first read, second read, And to me, just to show that for one game, Fernando, I give him credit, but you got to do it every single week. The day that I stop caring about how you operate is the day you prove to me you're a good quarterback. He's not. He hasn't done that yet. I don't look at Jaden Daniels that way. I don't write about Jaden Daniels that way. Caleb Williams, I have to, but I give him credit for allowing Ben Johnson to actually coach him. It's one game. It's a Cowboy, but it's some credit.
No, I mean, I agree. I guess I need to see more of it. I just can't after one game after two bad. They go to the Raiders. I think they're going to struggle against the Raiders. I know. I think they're going to struggle with that defense.
Don't get Victor excited, man. I know it's Victor's birthday. Hey, give birthday wishes to Victor in the comments, okay?
Then they go to the Commanders for a rematch of that shit show that was last year. They still go to the Ravens. Everybody plays the Saints. Like, what the hell? Then they go to the
Bengals.
Bye week,
like an extra bye week for people.
Oh,
come on down to New Orleans, have a good time, and drink the night before, and get a win.
Hey, I mean, Vic, Dan, and I enjoyed our time down there, so yeah, that's we agree with that. Gilbert, real quick, Packers blow a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter to the Cleveland Browns. Gilbert, are the Packers who we thought they were, or are they still legit? Because I thought that offense got exposed.
Yeah, I didn't notice the first 2 weeks, and we've been saying, I think all of us have been in agreement, like, we got to see more from Jordan Love. And Jordan Love is not Caleb Williams' realm where I have to really like keep an eye on him, but he also doesn't have weapons. Like, what happened to Matthew Golden being a thing? Then you lose Jaden Reed. Josh Jacobs is averaging 3.6 yards per carry. Their O-line is banged up. What happened to Matt LaFleur being this, offensive guru? And I haven't seen Jordan Love of 2023 in a couple of years now. They were right in the coattails of, Michael Parsons and a strong defense there. Jeff Hafley is really bailing them out. So, and I'll even kind of criticize myself for a bit. I think I got a little too, excited for the Packers. Like, they look good. They look strong. But then I was like, every week I see Jordan Love, like, what did he do really? Like, I guess he played the Commanders and you beat them, but they don't have a good defense here. I guess they beat the Lions, but that was more of the defense here. So, now when you face a good defense in Cleveland, I get it. They suck for different reasons, but they have a good defense. They have freaking Myles Garrett to create havoc there. And the second he had a pressure, he couldn't do anything. And now you lose Jaden Reed. To me, they have a big time problem at wide receiver. They drafted like 4 of them in the last 2 years, and you can't find one. What the hell's going on there? To me, they probably should call up Chris Olave and the Saints there to get somebody. So if you're all in, go ahead and do it. But to me, I think, Fernando, maybe fraud is a little harsh because I like that defense a lot, but they did get exposed, and I agree with you there.
Josh Jacobs hasn't been as efficient as he was last year, but maybe he's just getting going. So far, Matthew Golden, first-round pick, 2 catches, 16 yards against the Detroit Lions. Last week, he had no catches against the Commanders, and then week 3, that was yesterday, he had 4 catches for 52 yards. So okay, maybe that wasn't bad, but yeah, no, I agree with you.
That was a leading receiver. You can't have 52 yards and be your team high.
Exactly. And he didn't play that well, Jordan Love, and I saw the struggles. I saw he kept on getting hit. I think he was sacked multiple times yesterday by Rashawn Gary's the only one that got a sack yesterday. He got 2. Yeah. No, Rashawn Gary got 2 sacks. Micah didn't.
No, but I'm saying, did Micah do anything?
Micah had 2 tackles and 2 quarterback hits.
2 first-round picks.
1, 2.
Jerry, you're right.
3, 4, 5. They had 5 sacks on Jordan Love. So that offensive line, I know they've suffered some injuries on that offensive line, so that's a little rough right there. But yeah, it was just an ugly game, and then they were able to come back and beat them. So I still have questions on Jordan Love, and we're gonna see how that is going forward. But all right, Vic, can you take this off real quick? As we welcome in Vic, I asked a special individual, can you sing my guy happy birthday? She said, yes, I can.
Oh, what do we have here?
From the dead.
Don't we have enough strikes, Fernando?
Oh, damn.
Okay. But let her play for Vic.
Happy birthday
Look at that.
You couldn't get somebody from like 1980 or at least. What
Hey,
is this?
Vic is hey. She gave her life up for that song.
Oh,
Allegedly. All right. Vic, happy birthday. Did you have a nice weekend? Nice
Happy
birthday
birthday.
weekend?
I did. Thank you. I got to go spend time with the fam yesterday, so that was cool. Had a was a little had a lot of work going on today, so
Señor
but
Vivant, it's bon
shout out
anniversaire.
to
What are we
everybody in the
doing?
comments there wishing me a happy birthday. Really, really cool
You're a
to see
kicker?
everybody in the comments there.
I think Vic's the only one that's worked on his birthday. I think the rest of us usually take that day off.
Hey, my birthday's in March. Okay, I have the right
That's
to
true.
take
You
it
guys,
off.
Well, mine's in
Yeah,
May.
May,
Dan's
Yeah,
is in
you have the
December.
right to.
yeah.
Dan's in December.
Not that. Not that. Gotta work.
That's usually because he's got football most of the season, and then by then he's done. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why.
Usually his high school team is out. His Chargers are not playing for anything. But maybe this December it'll be better for Dan. It could be better for Dan.
I'll tell you one thing. He's excited about. He's going to the game on Sunday, so he's excited about going and seeing the team. So right now, Isaiah Rodgers won a play of the week or player of the week or whatever.
Oh, he went
he's
off.
saying happy
That was a
birthday in
ball game.
French. He says he hopes you have a great day. There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Passe un excelente sorry. Sorry? Sorry? No español, no?
I can't say it now. I can't say it because it's not in my head.
You
but
messed them up there, Gilbert.
Yeah, you messed me up. Soiree. So it's
Soiree.
Like
Oh,
soiree.
Sorry?
God,
Sorry.
Jason Kelsey's playing the tuba. Jesus. All right. Vic, why don't you hey, Senor Vivma, that Duolingo. Damn, like as soon as I'm done with French,
here.
I know. As soon as I'm done with French, I'm gonna probably do either German or Mandarin. I don't know yet.
Yeah, Mandarin.
Yeah. Join John
And then
Cena.
German is pretty. It's like it's
a
a lot of
Bing chilling. That's just I like ice cream.
Okay, is it?
Yeah. Little Daniel's good at Little Daniel wants to learn Mandarin, and Daniel called him something I won't say. All right. Vic, what did you got going for us today? I'm excited.
All right, we're ready for Crossfire here, Gilbert. So five backup QB started a game on Sunday. Tyrod Taylor, Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz, Jake Browning, and Mac Jones. So I want to know which backup from week 3 had the most impressive start. And then I'll throw in a bonus question. Would any of these guys win a playoff game if they had to start a playoff game?
First of all, eliminate Jake Browning. He was terrible. That team is terrible. That team has no chance to make the playoffs. I don't care that they're 2-1. I'm so tired.
Will he be fired?
What?
Will he be fired?
Yeah, this team is horrendous, and I don't even think it's Zach Taylor's fault. It's the owner, Mike Brown. I think it's Duke Tobin too, whatever you want to call him, GM or not. But yeah, it's not about the Bengals. I'm just so tired about the Bengals hype. They're not good. And if Joe Burrow was on the field, they would have lost by 20 instead of 30. So, anyways, the point is, Mac Jones gets the nod here for me because of he did it in the 2-minute drill, game-winning drive. He just looked composed. I know he had a bad pick, and I mentioned that earlier, but it kind of gave Kyle Shanahan like, hey, I told you guys, Mac Jones would have been good, but you want to trade Lance, freaking John Lynch. That's your fault. But he looked good. He looked composed. He looked like he has fun. I like when swaggy Mac Jones was around, and he didn't beat himself up for throwing the bad pick there. Going that throw to Ricky Pearsall, and Ricky Pearsall made a great catch too. That was amazing. I think it's before the game-winning drive, but to set up your kicker Eddie Piñero. Am I saying that in Spanish or Italian? I don't even know. But he's Italian. To get in that position, Kyler Murray couldn't do that. I get other quarterbacks, backups. Carson Wentz had a nice day, but to get a game-winning drive to set up your kicker to win it, to me, it goes a long way. And I still think the Mac Jones and the 49ers could win a playoff game. I know I've been wrong in the 49ers. I know I called them, maybe a wild card team. But if you have Kyle Shanahan, Christian McCaffrey, remember when people said Christian McCaffrey was done? He looks good. He has enough weapons there. And again, Fred Warner has been lights out. Mac Jones is in a great place.
I will go with Marcus Mariota. Mariota came in. Yeah. Oh, who else am I supposed to go with? Carson Wentz?
Yeah. You just Okay, whatever. Go ahead. This is your take.
You know what? You know what? You know what?
Little
You know what?
talk, Gilbert.
No,
Sorry.
hold on. No. Gilbert's right. I will go with Carson Wentz. Why? Because he was in quarterback rehab. He was with Andy Reid. I think he went through quarterback rehab. Look, he came in. It was a weird
Sean
situation just because, huh?
Sean McVay too.
Oh yeah,
he's with Sean
he
McVay.
was.
He's been through the washer of the
Yeah.
rehab.
Yeah, there you
Shanahan,
go. So,
McVay, and Andy Reid.
there you go. So something's got to stick when it comes to that shit. But something's got to stick. But he went 14-20, 173, 2 touchdowns. That's now, and now he gets his receiver back in Jordan Addison. So he moved the ball well. I know that that the Bengals don't have that good of a defense, but I thought he moved well in the pocket. I thought he did some stuff. Obviously, he was sacked 3 times, but I still feel like there's something that he could do. I don't think Hendrickson. No, he didn't even have a sack. That's pretty interesting. All right. But again, I do believe that Carson Wentz, he had to have learned something. I mean, he had to have learned something while he was there, and he's played before. I know that Nick Foles came in for him and ended up winning a Super Bowl in the year that he was the MVP or supposed to be the MVP. But I'll go with Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz had a very good victory. Again, he wasn't asked to do too much because the defense, Isaiah Rodgers, kept on scoring. But the only reason why I'll say that he could win a playoff game if needed is just because that defense is so good that I feel like they could maybe make some stop. I think that defense is better than it was last year. So I'll say yes, he could win a playoff game if need be.
Wouldn't it be funny if Kevin O'Connell gets Carson Wentz to produce, Sam Darnold, Josh Dobbs, Kirk Cousins, but not JJ McCarthy, not the first round pick. Everybody else but him. You know, it'd be kind of.
What would be more impressive, him being able to do that, or Baker Mayfield getting 3 offensive coordinators hired?
It's Baker.
The Baker one's pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be a wild stat. But yeah, I feel like Kevin O'Connell's kind of like Kevin Stefanski, where he's getting every quarterback to produce, but Deshaun Watson. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm with Fernando here with Carson Wentz. I think you're finally, eventually
he just got
one of
signed
these
like
guys.
a month ago. He was on the toilet. Yeah, he just got signed.
Yeah, I mean, and I think he has the most to benefit from here.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Mac Jones turns it into a starting job next season, kind of like what we're seeing from Danny Dimes here. But and he could be one of these guys is going to end up being the Sam Darnold next year or the Daniel Jones. So I just feel like and I thought you were spot on. Like defensively, they have a great defense to where you can win a playoff game with Carson Wentz not having to do a lot with him, and it also gives JJ McCarthy a little bit of time to kind of learn too. So we'll see what happens. All right, Fernando, I'm going to start off with you here, and you brought up something earlier that I wanted to talk about because, and it has to do with the Chiefs. And, I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm hating on the Chiefs here. Everybody around the league now, whether, you're watching any network now, unless you're on Fox and it's Nick Wright, who's always talking good about the Chiefs. The Chiefs are unwatchable. I'm sorry. Like the last 3 years, they've averaged 21 points. So my question to you, I'll start off with you here, Fernando. Should TV networks flex out the Chiefs games this season? I know they won't do it because of the whole, Travis Kelce and Taylor, but and his fiance there. This is what they have coming up. They have week 5. They have a Monday night game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 6, they have Monday Night Football against the Detroit Lions. Week 8, they have Monday Night Football against the Commanders. Week 14, they have Sunday Night Football against the Houston Texans. And then they have the Christmas night game, against the Denver Broncos. Huh?
Thanksgiving, they're on with the Cowboys.
Oh,
yes, as well.
The most watched game in the whole damn world, probably.
I agree with taking them off against the Texans. I think that game's going to be a barn burner. The only reason why I can't, Vic, is just because I think the Chiefs are like everybody wants to see their downfall. Give America what they want. They want to see the Chiefs downfall. They want to see the Chiefs get beat up. Fans are selling. I saw a lot of social media chatter on when the Chargers beat them. People were like, yes, this is what I wanted to see. I want to see the Chiefs lose. And you're gonna call me crazy, Gilbert, but I think the Jaguars could upset the Chiefs in 2 weeks down there in
They're
Jacksonville.
starting to move up, like getting respect the rankings.
The Jaguars?
A little bit. We're at the bottom. They don't have respect around, but I'm just saying they're starting to at least get my attention.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody wants to watch the Commanders against the Chiefs. The Chiefs and Bills, obviously, that one folks are going to want to see. But I definitely think, Vic, that the reason why I will say I would say no is because people want to see the Chiefs downfall. If the Chiefs go 8-9 this year, people want to see their demise and they want to see them lose. So I definitely think that fans want to see them lose, and that's why I feel like no, keep them on TV. If their downfall has to be on national TV, then so be it. But fans, I think, want to see that happen. And then, by the way, I can't believe that Andy Reid still allows Travis Kelce to yell at him. He checked him in the Super Bowl. He does this. Like, I think in the last 3 Super Bowls I've seen or 2, he's yelled at him or done something to him. Man, this is getting ridiculous. And he's like, oh, that's just Travis being Travis. I hear that phrase a lot. And when it's, oh, that's just this being this, that's when dangerous things happen. So, I'm just not I'm not a fan of it. I mean, and I get it. I get what fans are saying. I'm also like, I'm kind of over the Kelce's as well. So less Kelce's, I guess, is way better. But yeah, I would say no. People want to see their downfall.
Gilbert?
Yeah, I'm with Fernando here. I think it's kind of like the Floyd Mayweather effect, but you want to see Floyd lose. He's always talking crap, and it's like, okay, it's going to be the fight that he loses. Same thing with the Chiefs. I know the Chiefs were embarrassed in the Super Bowl, but their downfall is barely starting. So don't you want to see that play out to the point where like they just crash and burn, and then maybe they win 7 games and they don't miss the playoffs? Like, to me, that could be good TV if you hated the Chiefs the last few years. Like, I'm sure Dan and Dago's getting his popcorn. And then the other part of me is like, well, wait till Rashee Rice comes back. I don't think they're going to be that bad. And it's kind of a bummer that the Lions game is not when he comes back. I think, as you said, week 6, Vic. Rashee Rice comes back week 7. I think he makes a big difference to his offense. Also, no Xavier Worthy. He's been hurt too. And then Kelce, yeah, I'm right. Fernando, you're right. Kelce, enough already, man. Get the retirement tour and just chill out. Take a back seat here. Like, you're doing way too much here. I'm getting tired of Kelce too. Even his brother too, when you mentioned him on Monday Night Football. But I digress again. The whole point is I'm not ready to have the Chiefs get flexed out. And obviously, for the real executives here, the TV people, they're not going to do it because of everything you guys laid out. But to me, I'm not totally tired because there's still some storylines there.
Yeah, and I mean, somebody brought it up in the comments the other day with the
Chargers Chiefs is going to get flexed up. Watch to Sunday night. It's a 10 a.m. game right now. It's going to get flexed into Sunday night.
Yeah,
football.
that's you're right. I mean, and the Chargers are probably going to get flexed into a bunch of games now. But I was just going to say, somebody said that the Eagles Chiefs game, which was a boring snooze fest, it got the highest ratings of the season. So I mean, people still want to watch these teams, even though they're boring. But that's just the way it is. And you kind of look around. As long as you have Patrick Mahomes, I mean, it's still going to have people. I'm just wondering at what point do they pull the plug, especially if there are a bunch of games under 500. You start looking at that schedule, man. I don't know how they dig out of that.
That's what I've been saying too. Like, Gilbert.
Yeah,
and
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Gilbert. They at Ravens Ravens come there next weekend.
That's a tough one. They'll probably lose.
At Jaguars.
Oh, we're playing the game. I say they win.
Vic, can you take note?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. Lions come there.
No Rashee Rice still, so they lose again.
Raiders come there.
That's a W.
Commanders come there.
I'll say W.
They get 3 home games in a row. They go at Bills.
Probably loss, yeah. Too much offense.
At Broncos.
Win.
Wow. Colts come to the Chiefs.
Win.
They go to the Cowboys.
Win.
Texans come there.
Win.
The Chargers come there.
Loss. Nice sweep.
At Titans.
Oh, big time W.
Broncos at Chiefs.
Sweep win.
And Chiefs at Raiders.
The sweep win.
They need 3 people to put in Lamar Jackson's pads. What do you
11,
Okay.
11,
there you go.
and
It's doable.
6.
I'm gonna give them 2 more losses. I'll give them the at Broncos.
Yeah.
And I'll give them which one he did he have the Lions or Commanders losing? Which one of those did he have them?
He had them losing to both.
Yeah.
The one is
wow.
the Jaguars.
No, I think I had the
Oh.
Chiefs beating the Commanders, I think.
Okay, I have the Chiefs beating the Jaguars. So I have them at what, 9 and 8?
Yeah, that would be the
Honestly,
9.
10 or 9 wins could be enough for the 7th seed.
Yeah.
No one wants that last spot in the AFC. There's a lot of bad teams.
And I'll get to it. I don't know how much time we have here. I
Yeah.
was gonna talk about actually let's get there because I'll skip the other one that I had here. Let me look for it real quick. We have the Monday night preview here, Detroit Lions at the Baltimore. You guys already picked who you guys are gonna you guys went with last week. Can you guys let the audience know who you guys went with?
Yeah, I
Well,
got
I
the
look for
Detroit
this.
Lions. I know I'm like the only person in the world that has the Lions. Everybody's taking the Ravens, but I'm taking Detroit here.
I went with the Ravens.
Everybody wants taking the Ravens.
All right.
Who do you
all
think
right.
everybody's more sick of? Oh no, the Ravens or the Bills?
I don't know.
I don't
You
think
say
either
people-
one because they haven't won anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I think people are sick and tired of hearing of, oh, this is their year. Like those are the 2 teams that I feel like everybody gets tired
Yeah,
of. Let me
it's
ask
their
you.
year, and they can't even
I got it.
defend.
I got it, guys.
Yeah.
Here. So we have
Okay.
2 conferences going up against each other today with the Ravens and the Lions. So I want to know after week 3, who has the better conference, the AFC or the NFC? I'll start up with you, Gilbert.
That's a tough one, actually. I'll say
not.
it's still the Chargers. I think they have.
No.
No,
Sorry,
who has
AFC
the better
conference.
conference?
Sorry, I was looking at the AFC standings right now. The Chargers are the top.
Yeah,
by the way.
look at
Shout out to Chargers
Yeah,
fans.
and look at who the top 8 teams are right now in the
Yeah,
AFC.
Chargers, Buffalo, Indy, Bengals. Get the hell out of here. But then and the Ravens are at the bottom because they lost the game, but the Ravens are going to be up there. So Ravens, Buffalo, Chargers. They kind of. I still think the Chiefs are going to be there. You guys don't maybe not believe me there.
Oh, I think they
No.
will. Now,
I don't
if you look
believe.
at the AFC the way it looks right now,
Yeah.
that's what I think the
It's
NFC
weird.
is better than the AFC right now.
Yeah, and
I
then
do
the
too.
NFC is 49ers, Philly, Tampa, Green Bay, Minnesota,
just-
Washington,
Just
Rams.
went through all my shit. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
NFC. Are you kidding? You have the Bucks, the Packers, the Vikings, you have the 49ers, the Rams, the Eagles, and also throw the Commanders in there. And dude, the NFC West is going to be tough. 3-0, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Like, man, I'm telling you that's
There's a bunch
the
of mediocre
NFC.
teams there.
The NFC, like everybody was celebrating the AFC, but I think the NFC is going to be a lot tougher than what people think. The AFC is good, but I think a lot of teams are going to be bad this year. I think there's a lot of bad offensive play. I think there's a lot of bad defenses in the AFC. So I'm going to go with the NFC. I think the NFC is
Fernando, maybe another way to look at it is like the NFC has more like better teams, 1 through 7, and then but the top 4, I feel like for the AFC is.
Oh
bigger.
yeah, okay. If we're going that way, I would say the AFC is
question,
much
though. Yeah.
bigger. Yeah, no, I completely
because
agree.
you got to look at the top 8. I was like, like the AFC is top heavy.
Yeah,
but that's the problem. When you look at the NFC, I was going through, like all the upsets and everything with the Packers, the Rams losing on there, and then the Eagles. Like it feels like the NFC has more flawed teams, right? But they're more compact. Like it seems like they're like one after another, right? The NFC is not good at all. Like, but at the same time, like I look at the AFC and I look at the standings right now, and I'm like, what is going on? And as you mentioned, Gilbert, like the Bengals aren't going to be there. The Ravens are going to move up eventually. But I just feel like as of right now, we're talking about after week 3, and we'll know a little bit more after this Monday night game. But it just like I'm like, is the tide finally turning where the NFC now kind of evens out with the AFC? But as you mentioned, I think
look at your power rankings this week. It's going to be probably what Ravens, Bills, Chargers. That's 3 already.
Yep.
Yeah. Real quick, Gilbert, who will have a better retirement season, Travis Kelce or John Cena?
Well, I know people weren't happy with the John Cena match against
I
Brock
was
Lesnar.
pissed.
People were pissed, but I still say John Cena.
All right, we'll leave it there. Again, everybody, thank you so much for checking out another episode of Lunes Live. Happy birthday to Vic. Thank you so much for being here, Vic. I know it's your birthday. I hope you're enjoying that. Did you get a Treinta? Happy birthday,
I did.
Treinta?
I made sure.
Yeah. A happy birthday, Treinta, for Vic. Now he's not sick anymore. He's back at 100%.
Well caffeinated.
There you go. I love that. Happy birthday, Vic. We hope you have many, many, many more great birthdays. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. You guys are the best. We have to get out of here. It's Monday night football. I said that to a certain individual yesterday, and he tells me chinga, and then you can imagine the rest because I said it to him. So, by the way, he's like, ¿qué se cree superestrella el Heelberto que no se parece? And I started laughing. He wants to talk to you about Canelo. He wants to talk to you about Canelo.
Whenever there's a primetime game in for the Chargers.
Oh, the Vikings game. All right.
That's right.
Appreciate everybody so much. You guys are the best. We'll be back tomorrow. I know everybody wants to hear about Dan and what his thoughts are. Vic will clip this out. We'll show it to Dan tomorrow. I won't send it to him before. This will be his first reaction of what Heelberto said today. We will clip it out. Dan can listen to it and see what his thoughts are on what Gilbert said. But again, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Smash the like button. Don't forget, you guys are the best. We appreciate everything. And tomorrow we'll be back 5:30 p.m. Make sure you guys tune in. Dan will probably show up at about 6:15. But again, a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff to talk about. And hopefully this Monday Night Football game is good. Gilbert, why don't you get us out of here?
Yeah, I'm assuming you're not talking about the clip where I say cleaning.
Oh, that one's getting clipped.
That one would be a good one too. But no, I think we're gonna go with the.
But yeah, there's multiple videos for that. But it's time to get going. On that note, enjoy Monday Night Football, Lions, Ravens. It's time to get going. Nos vamos, pues, vámonos.